So today at the White House, the big four leaders of the House and the Senate, top two in the House, top two in the Senate, met with President Biden in the Oval Office to discuss the potential upcoming partial government shutdown, along with what to do with aid for Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, and border security as well. Look at that image right there on your screen. The big four, the president and the vice president. When you look at that image around the table, we go, Scott, what do you see?
I talked to Mick about this earlier. Each one of them has something in their pocket, a deal, a fact, a law, something to solve this that they want out of this meeting. And I don't know what's in their pocket, but everyone has something in their pocket that they want to get out of this meeting.
What do you see, Roma?
I just wholeheartedly wish that we saw this more often. I think that the country needs it. We need transparency with our leaders, and we certainly need to see more meetings like this where people are coming together.
What do you see?
I would use air quotes around meeting because I'm not sure that they actually discuss anything. But I will say the only person in that room who's presenting ideas that can't pass is the Speaker of the House. Everyone else is presenting bipartisan ideas that can get the job done, defend our allies and interests abroad.
What do you see, Mick?
Can you bring the picture up? Something got my attention. Have they reinstituted social distancing in the White House?
I was waiting for someone to say that.
I'm being completely serious.
No. I was waiting for someone to say that because they're at the complete opposite end.
That's not normal.
But yeah, I didn't think so either. I was waiting for someone to say that.
Maybe they don't like each other.
Well, I'm not trying to make fun.
You're talking about the two on the couches, the president and the vice president next to each other.
Why is Hakeem sitting that far away from Chuck?
I don't know.
Ordinarily, when we do these meetings, everybody's sitting down at the end like you would in an ordinary meeting. That is very strange to me.
Maybe there's a concern if they're close or they're cuddling.
Go to the substance of it. You know when you walk into these meetings if you're going to get a deal most of the time, and you know what the rhetoric is. The question is, was it a conversation about doing a deal, or was everybody posturing? And you'll know the answer to that question very quickly.
Hold that thought. Time now for Hot Mic with Mick, where Mulvaney gives us a peek behind the scenes. Tells us what he's hearing. All right, take it from there. That meeting, did you hear anything out of it? What would you make of it?
There was probably more posturing than deal making, what it comes down to. And you saw some of the takeaway quotes that people gave to the media when they left. Schumer walks out talking about Ukraine funding. Mike Johnson comes out talking about the border. If they're talking past each other, there's probably not going to be a deal. I remember talking to Donald Trump a couple times in the Oval Office, and he's like, "Are we going to get a deal?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Why?" Because we're just talking about money. He's like, "The deal's not about money." So, no, Mr. President, when you're going to buy a piece of property and you're offering $100 and they want $200, you're going to get a deal because you're talking about the same thing.
Right.
If you want to buy a piece of property and they're talking about something entirely different, it's going to be hard to get a deal. This is going to be hard to get a deal.
But they're not talking past each other on government funding. It's more about the Ukraine-Taiwan border, Israel.
No, if Schumer's coming in and said, we had a good discussion about Ukraine, and Mike walks out and says, we need to be talking about the southern border, they are not close to a deal.
Okay, all right. Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.